Hello everyone, welcome to MBC News. Hope you're okay and safe. We are here with the most recent news that has shocked everyone, which is pretty sad and heartbreaking. The news that we have here to inform you are about World War II and the biggest consequences it has brought to all of us and all of the world. To give you a mini introduction of what the Second World War was, it is a struggle that involved more than 100 countries from across the world and with the consequence of millions of deaths and more problems that we're gonna introduce you. It began when Germany invaded Poland just as Hitler and the Nazis has gained power. The war was about conflicts and about fighting for territories. Now we go with Isabela Flores, who is located in Russia, one of the countries that were involved in the Cold War, which was made as a consequence of World War II.
Hello everyone. As Isabela just mentioned, I am Isabela Flores, your journalist. In today's news, which just is beginning here in Russia, the Cold War. The reason the Cold War started is because they defend different political ideologies, giving as a stage the German territory in between. After I survived the Second World War, the division of two blocks became capitalist and communist. The capitalist was led by the USA and the communist by Russia. Then they start criticizing each other, and that was how the Cold War began. It caused big destruction in very little time since nuclear weapons were created. Now we go with Fernanda Gonzalez, who is going to talk about the deaths during this time.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for giving me the word. As she said, I'm Fernanda Gonzalez Reyes, and I'm giving you a very shocking news about the deaths of the population thanks to World War II. The greatest and the most serious consequence of the fight was a large number of human deaths, which were estimated to be at least 15 million, but it can easily go to 16 million. The great majority of these victims were civilians, and their deaths were caused not only by direct military action, but also by hunger, homeless, and the poverty of the world. But in addition to the victims, to the lack of struggle, it is important to highlight the systematic persecution and elimination of large groups of people by the Nazis through the concentration camps and other means of extermination. In this sense, their main goal was to assassinate the Jewish people, with an estimated 6 million people killed for belonging to this group.
Welcome back, I am Lola Onofre and I'm giving you the most recent news about the borders and territory divisions. I am here in Germany. As you can see, I'm in the studio because I can be out there, but it's pretty heartbreaking how it ended. But well, some states that used to be independent before World War II were absorbed into other states thanks to this conflict. The borders came to adjust, because of this, civilians were displaced, and this was not in a nice way, since many were forced to do it even if they don't agree with this. In the case of Poland, it lost a large part of its territory to the Soviet Union. However, Poland managed to win some German territories. In this case, in Germany, they did not do very well, since they also lost 25% of their territory due to the signing of peace treaties. During the first years, Germany was occupied by aliens and was divided into 4 zones. After this, Germany was divided into 2. It was the East Germany, which was part of the Soviet Union. This became a governed unit, communist policies and Soviet ideals, and the Western Germany, which was part of the USA, France, and England, which was a democratic part. And well, I talk a lot. Let's give the microphone to Isa Serrano.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabela Serrano, and today I will bring you the recent news about economic problems we are suffering from right now, as well as the lack of jobs. I'm here because World War II was one of the most terrific wars with the most deaths in it. It's pretty shocking how immense the damage is. It breaks my heart to think how many people need to run away, to hide, to run for their life. World War II is bringing many economic problems to the world, but mostly to the countries involved. The Soviet Union has been one of the most damaged and affected. It's been destroyed, and I hope that it gets better. Europe's economy is totally collapsing and its industrial infrastructure has been destroyed. About more than 54 million people were unemployed, homeless, and totally collapsed. Some countries joined to help the other countries and the people affected. Now we go back with Fer Gonzalez, who is expecting us in the United States with some exciting news.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for your introduction. I'm here to tell you the trending news about the United Nations. Following to the conclusion of the war, in the anticipation of the similar future events, an international conference was convened in which around 50 countries participate and which result is formation of the current organization of the nation. The United Nations was founded in the goal of maintaining international peace, fostering positive and friendly relations between countries, fostering international cooperation and unity of efforts of many nations to achieve these goals. In December of 1988, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was published, outlining a set of 30 articles outlining the fundamental rights of the human beings that must be respected on the global scale.
Thank you so much for listening to the World War II news that just came by. I know this is pretty heartbreaking and shocking, but hope all of you are safe and okay, and see you soon, and see you at the next MBC news. Bye.